Earth, home of human beings, but does evidence show that it was home to otherworldly beings in the past?
There is great evidence that suggests that aliens occupied Earth long before humans, and with 6-scale action figure hot toys.
And emerging evidence that shows modern-day toys found with fossils dated back 20,000 years ago.
As we discover these long waitlisted hot toys from 20,000 years ago, if they make it on our eBay platforms today, one of them may even sell more than the current Crosshair.
And has the history of aliens on Earth, along with their intentions, been clearly inscribed in ancient sacred texts from the past?
When you study these ancient holy texts, you can clearly see that our ancient ancestors utilized some of these sacred objects to give them some sort of power for their home worlds.
Empower their home worlds? Are these otherworldly beings coming to Earth to reclaim their planet and to get into the Q system for the new Artisan hot toys? So you do have to ask yourself, has the influx of new Artisan hot toys been attracting more aliens to our planet? There is a doorway that leads to the notion that life here began out there, far across the universe. Join Aries Tarrington as he embarks on a quest to uncover ancient action figures, not only on planet Earth, but in other realities and other Earths across the universe. Do I have an idea on what the next Artisan release is going to be from Hot Toys? You're going to want to stay tuned and hear about that for sure. And how about that Loki? How many of you collectors out there actually saw that coming from last week? We're going to dive into these Artisan releases from Hot Toys within this episode for sure. And how is the secondary market reacting to these Artisan limited editions, these exclusives like the Umbra Arc Trooper, and also the many pre-orders that are up on Sideshow that have hit waitlist and have been on a waitlist for a while. They get officially released by Hot Toys. How are they reacting in the market? Are some of the primary market retailers and sellers way marking up their prices to match up the demand? Listen, I've got the wizard juice right here, my friends. Let's go ahead and dive into all of this right now. Alright, and welcome everyone to another episode of the Aries Tarrington Show, right here at the 6-Scale Cantina. Hey, listen, baby, if you enjoyed that intro and these intros lately with my special guests like Captain Crunch, Reverend Possible, Dr. Wonder, you just may want to consider joining my channel as a Cantina Insider because I've got a brand new Insider Extra and hosted by Reverend Possible himself. And I think he may have some special guests, like the Dark Jedi Aries Tarrington, who may offer some expanded thoughts and heightened analysis on all this ancient action figure theory. All you have to do is just click on the little join button, see everything that it comes with. If you think you could benefit from it, I know I sure can. Every little bit helps. So I appreciate your support if you want to come check out the channel. I do put a lot into all of this stuff, as you could tell, and I do appreciate your support. But without further ado, let's get into this week's episode of the Aries Tarrington Show. And as I said in the beginning, who in the heck saw Loki coming this quickly? Now, if you have been following my program, you know that I do offer some predictions, not just out of thin air, but actually through a large collection and study and analysis of data, of empirical data, and giving you the best educated guesses on what I think is coming out. And I have told you that a Loki was going to be coming for the Artisan line for sure. I just didn't expect it to come on Friday last week, as it did, coming off of all the May 4th stuff, which seemed to be happening for a couple of weeks prior to May 4th. But, you know, when you look at this here, and I've seen some comments on the Facebook post and some of the forums or whatever the heck it was. Oh, do we really need another Loki? Well, you know, I guess for the person that asked it, the answer is no. But for those that collected this, and this is on Waitlist, and 2,500 moved absolutely no problem in that queue system, the answer is yes. They do need it. They're putting out tons of Lokis. And if you thought that the Luke Artisan was going to be the only one, that Dark Empire Luke, oh, we got to wait so long now for a New Hope Luke Artisan. We have to wait so long for an ESB, Empire Strikes Back Luke Artisan. We may have to wait 10 years for the Return of the Jedi or a Mandoverse Luke Skywalker. I'd be shocked if we didn't get another Luke Artisan this year, baby, to be completely honest with you. But when you see these numbers of 2,500 pieces, it doesn't matter who posts who needs another Loki. To be honest with you, I'd rather have this Loki than some of the other ones that they put out with time after time after time after time again. And for many, many collectors, this one is going to be one of your premium Lokis, because it is premium. It is the Artisan version. And I will tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I do think it looks absolutely sensational, this particular piece. You know, Loki was low on my list. I am collecting Marvel figures. I already have a Tom Holland Spider-Man. I already have a Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man. But now that they have an Artisan version of this, is it possible that I'm going to get this, and I'm also going to get the Elizabeth Olsen Artisan Scarlet Witch? And I say yes, because only the very best for this ancient action figure theorist, for sure. Now, I do recognize that there are a lot of collectors that'll just get the sculpted version or will be happy with the 3,223 prior versions of Loki. And there are a lot And I do mean a lot of collectors that will be fine with that. But what Hot Toys and Sideshow have found was that there are those collectors, such as myself, that will go for these premium pieces. And some of these collectors must have the very, very best. Gosh, I remember, with that Wonder Woman, Warner Brothers 100 Wonder Woman. And, speaking to some collectors and, oh, not going to get that. I'm fine with the other one, And then this review came out. My review came out. Check out my channel if you want to see. I have a short on the Wonder Woman. I also have a full review on her. That's done very, very well. But all these reviews started coming out and these different pictures and these different videos that all of a sudden, you're seeing perhaps a couple of them being like, oh, I have it now. Why? Becomes very desirable. And that's what a collectible should be, perhaps. A collectible should be collectible. It should be desirable. And should there be options for collectors such as premium like this, and sculpted, and also some of the Hano releases, even less expensive, less premium ones? And I say, yes. Why? Well, because there are comments of people saying, how many Iron Mans do we need? Do we really need another Spider-Man? How many fracking Batmans do we actually really need? And for a lot of collectors, it's quite a lot. Quite a lot. But for a lot of other collectors, it's not quite a lot. And being able to have diversification is very, very important. Being able to have lower end figures like this new Hano series, or they're coming out with the X-Men, for instance. And, being able to have sculpted versions that are nowhere near the price or much, much less expensive than these artisan, counterparts. And having these premium for the people that want premium figures. And if you're able to take all of these particular figures and actually make them all collectible, then suddenly, whether it's the premium, whether it's the less premium, whether it's the regular, like this collector edition right here, or whether it's a Hano series, they're all going to be worth something because of the supply and demand with these particular figures, for sure. And when you look at, like, let's actually go down. Let's take a look at some of what's going on here. Let's see if I could pick out some of this stuff here in the secondary market. And here's a Luke Skywalker, the Artisan Luke Skywalker, which you would think that we should still be speaking about, because I'm still smiling over this, but I can't even catch my breath because the Loki came out. I can't even catch my breath. But honestly, this is a wonderful, wonderful release. I never thought that they would actually do a Dark Empire Artisan Luke. And you can see, right when you go into the secondary market, and this is a great seller, with 844 feedback, and all 100% positive. But you're getting some, collectors that, they're showing right here, like you see this on the screen, that they were able to go into the queue system and get this. And, here's a pre-sale, and selling this for more than 50% more than what he or she is going to pay for on these figures. So you have to ask yourself, is it possible that something like a Luke Skywalker that's this limited and this niche, being Dark Empire, is going to be one of the most sought out after figures in the history of 6-scale collecting? And I say yes. It sure as heck would be. No matter who puts in a forum post or puts in a chat, I'm not interested in it. It's going to be. Why? Because it's limited to 3,500 Mick pieces. And it's creating a whole lot. Let's see if I can pull this up. And there it is right there. Limited to 3,500 pieces. And I'm telling you, when you look at this, this looks absolutely... I just love it. I must have this. Is the Loki right up there with this? No, because I'm a giant Star Wars guy. But the Loki's pretty darn good. But listen, baby, we haven't even digested this Artisan Jack Sparrow, which was limited to 4,000 pieces. And, you know, you got the Jack Sparrow, you got the Luke, you're getting a Loki, and are we about to get an Artisan release basically every month from Hot Toys and Sideshow? And I think it's a very interesting question to ponder, because let's see how we could answer this. Are they having any problems selling these Artisans? The answer is no. Are people getting really excited and selling these out in like under an hour? The answer is yes. Are they having any difficulties selling limited editions of 4,500 like the Joker, or 4,000 here, or 3,000 like the Anakin, or 3,500 like the Luke? And that should tell you how much Luke sells, because the Anakin is a regular Star Wars main movie piece, and Dark Empire is niche, baby. It is niche, comic niche, but they offered even more of Luke than Anakin. Anakin is money, but I dare say that Luke Skywalker is probably even more money. And when you look at Loki, all the different Lokis they're coming out with, what was I telling you this year? What was I telling you before the Luke came out? You know, I was one of the ones that put an actual Artisan type Luke on my banner 3 days before that figure came out. And I'm telling you right now, I thought we were going to be getting a Return of the Jedi, an Empire Strikes Back, and a New Hope one. You're probably going to get a sequels one too. And you're probably going to get a Mandoverse one too. Why? Because you're not having any issue selling limited editions, and then a lot of times they can put on these sculpted versions. And because all of the hype for the Artisan editions, does that actually help accelerate these deluxe versions or collector editions? And I say yes. Yes, they do. Because people are like, well, I missed out on the queue. I didn't hit the Artisan. I'll just get the sculpted. And gosh darn, I want it right now. And they get your NRD. And not that that's a bad thing. I'm just saying it's very good marketing. It's very, very good excitement. And I don't want to use the word hype, because hype a lot of times is used, at least in the past with this particular hobby, in a negative way. It's like we got to be somber monks nuns or something when it comes to this hobby for whatever ridiculous reason, and they don't quite get it. It's collectibles. Collectibles should be collectible. There should be excitement. Just like there's excitement if you're Indiana Jones and you're going to go hunt for the Holy Grail or the Lost Ark of the Covenant. I would hope that there should be some excitement. Just like if you root for the Pittsburgh Pirates or the New York Yankees or the Los Angeles Dodgers. If you're a big fan and you're buying season tickets and you want to sit there like you're at an opera or watching golf and cheer and go, oh, a home run. Yes. Oh, wonderful. I'm not going to get too excited. That's not how it works, baby. That's not how life works. That's like, hey, I'm going to get married. I'm so excited. I'm not going to get too excited because how many people get divorced? I'm going to keep my expectations down. Hey, listen, for the honeymoon, we're going to go ahead and go to Outback Steakhouse, and then we're going to go to the Motel 6 because got to keep the expectations down. It's collectibles, baby. It's collectibles, not commodities. Get excited. Get excited. But I'll tell you where the danger really is. And for me, it's not getting excited. It's about getting in debt. These add up very, very, very quickly, I'll be honest with you. They really, really do. And now you're talking about $495, $430 for the Luke, $500 here. You know, these are big ticket, big money items. And if you're going to be, and if they come out with one of these a month, which I really believe it's possible that they will. I really, really do. If something isn't broken, you don't fix it. And until they stop selling these, until people stop going into the queue system, they're not going to stop. Now, I don't think it's going to have one every week. No. Do I think you can get one once a month? I really do, and I called this out last year. I said I would be surprised. It's an event. It's a good marketing event, too, because it keeps everyone talking about Hot Toys. You talk about new companies like InArt, and people jump on this stream or talk about this, or, they're saying they're going to release that and release this. It's hard to keep the hype moving on InArt or J&D or XYZ or ABC when you keep pumping out stuff that looks like this. And I don't care what company it is. It can be a company from Mars. It is very, very difficult to say this sucks and that other company just blows this away. I don't know any company or any figure out there from looking at this prototype that's better than this. That can with real seriousness say that this is not as top quality as you can get. So while they're all now on par with each other, whether it's Hot Toys, InArt, J&D, ABC, XYZ, with Hot Toys continually putting this out, not only do they continue that money flow going and that excitement going, but is it possible that they also keep their name on the very forefront of these most premium action figures? And I say, Marketing 101, you betcha, baby. And that is partly what is going on for sure. And the fact that these are selling out in like 30 minutes is a bonus to boot. Is an absolute bonus to boot. For sure. And when you look at a lot of these different figures that are up here, boy, wouldn't you want that? Gee, I didn't mean to put that up there. But if you join my channel, I'm going to be talking about Ra's al Ghul. I think I do talk about Ra's al Ghul as a guest. But Reverend Possible talks about Ra's al Ghul. So again, if you want to join the channel, you just may want to do so. For sure, for sure. Yeah, this is where I want to go, baby. When you look at this Loki and this Artisan edition again, What could be next? Well, who's his brother? Thor. And I've been calling Thor and Loki for a while. But if you were wondering if a Thor would sell at 2,500 pieces, here's your empirical data right here. If Loki moved to 2,500 pieces, you sure as heck are going to move Thor at 2,500 pieces as well, especially with his magnificent hair, possibly, because I think there's probably maybe more Lokis out there for sure than Thors. You could probably get away with even a 5,000 of Thors, which would be nice because maybe I'll actually get one and not have to, get it a different way. But, yeah, I mean, Thor is coming. Anything with hair, let's stick with the Marvel-verse. Would Thor be coming with this? Oh, my goodness. You already got the Scarlet Witch. The Scarlet Witch, Loki. Thor is coming. How about Black Widow? Gosh, how many Black Widows are already out there? Has it written all over it. How about Gamora? Not even a question. But why? But why would you get Gamora? Because you can put it out like Wonder Woman, 1,500 pieces. Gone. Absolutely gone. Absolutely gone. If you want to try and make an argument that there wouldn't be enough demand, I think there'd be a ton of demand for Gamora. But now you've got to look at some stuff here. You know, now that you've gotten Luke, all the debate, and I've been pounding it home for months and months and months, and ever since InArt showed The Batman, where it was like, oh, Hot Toys is never going to get into short hair. They're only going to do long hair. If they did this with Luke, if you still think that they're never going to touch Robert Downey Jr. and Iron Man for an Artisan, you are outside of your mind and are wrong. Iron Man is Hot Toys' bread and butter, has been and maybe will be remaining that way for the long time, and you could bet your arse that a Robert Downey Jr. Artisan Iron Man is going to be finding its way into a queue system near you very, very, very soon, for sure. You could put Iron Man on this list. You could put Thor on this list. You could certainly put Black Widow on this list. I mean, your Marvel Artisans are coming for sure. And then when you look at some other characters, like the Batman that InArt put out, and, you know, Hot Toys has put out the Batman also. Let's see if I could bring it up over here onto the screen. And you do have to wonder, would Hot Toys dare? I mean, really, really, really dare to try and match what, InArt did with this particular Batman as I blow it up, by not just offering sculpted, but doing rooted. And I say, of course. Why though? Because it's my feelings? No. Because they just did it with the freaking Heath Ledger Joker. Yes, they're gonna do it. Yes, they're gonna do it. And honestly, it's kind of a little bit, I don't know if it's good or bad that, you got a couple of companies making the same figures, that they're able to have the license for the same figures, because there's a lot of people getting hyped up about the Superman that, InArt's going to come out with. And I think it's going to be just phenomenal. But I already also know, just from business and marketing, that Hot Toys is going to do the same figures. And it's going to just keep happening with those same figures. Personally, I like that, InArt has Lord of the Rings, for instance, and Hot Toys has Star Wars, and you get some other companies that have this or that. I wish someone would do BG, Battlestar Galactica. And then for me, there's a reason to buy from all these companies. But when they all start producing the same figures, oh my goodness. It's one-upsmanship over and over and over again, and it's money out of your wallets over and over and over and over again and again and again. Listen, baby, have you went ahead and smashed that like button? Please do if you haven't. And if this is the first time you're watching this ancient action figure theorist, please also go ahead and subscribe to the Cantina and become an ancient action figure theorist yourself for sure. Let's look at some market stuff going on out here. So we've already looked at this Luke Insanity. When this comes out, I can't wait to see what some of these sellers are going to try to ask for this particular figure. And all I'm going to say is this. If you think this is going to come down in price or if it's going to be cheap, I love Wonder Woman, and that figure you see in the back of me is the highlight of my collection right now. But if you think that's selling, which I'll show you here, for $1,000 up to $1,200, you haven't seen anything yet until you've seen a limited collectible Luke Skywalker Dark Empire. It's gonna be insane. Don't kid yourself. You heard it right here. Unlike some of this stuff, and I'm really trying to get this set, but this really paints a story. This is a 2-pack. TMS 038. And I've been watching this auction and other ones with it, and one's trying to sell. And a lot of pictures here. A lot of good pictures. Nothing wrong with the set at all. Comes with everything. Comes with the shipper box. Comes with the regular box. Comes with everything that you need. Unfortunately, can't even get $325 for this set. Are you kidding me? And the shipping's not like it's $40-50. It's $8.26. And it's located in it's not located overseas. It's in Pennsylvania. Again, are they going to continue to produce so many of these figures that we get to the bargain bin? Are they clearly showing you that they paid attention to all of these channels that were like, oh, don't worry about the hype and don't fall into FOMO because you're going to be able to get in the bargain bin? Well, looks like these companies listen to those channels as well. Pause. You're watching the Aries Tarrington show. Cheers, baby. They're like, hey, thanks for letting us know. Great idea to change it. Which is exactly what they did. It's crazy. Let's continue to go on. A lot of people are asking me, look, has this particular Batman, just because there's another figure out now from Batman vs. Superman with a upgraded rolling eyes function, 2-head sculpt, or 2 hair pieces anyway, Ben Affleck, that's up there. And it is. This was going between $400 to $500 before that release. When was that? Between Christmas and New Year's, and just several months ago. And I've been watching this hurt in the secondary market, because now you don't have to pay $400 or $500 for this figure. It's possible that this new head sculpt with the rolling eyes function just looks better. Even though this is not from the same movie, I believe this is the only way you can get a full Ben Affleck head sculpt is with this particular series here, the MMS 456, 457. So you're starting to see some effects there. Not that it went bad at 255, just not where it was going for, and only the $35 in shipping. Of course, an outstanding seller with 252 feedback, and all 100% positive. Let's continue to go on. People ask me all the time, oh, these Ahsokas are going to stay up. The Padawan Ahsoka. This new Ahsoka the White. No, it's not. This that's been on waitlist. You can't even. All I'm saying is, keep an eye on the Ahsokas. If you want a waitlist alert, both Ahsokas from the Ahsoka series, definitely a yellow alert. I believe at any moment, those are going to get a low stock remaining warning and be gone. And that's going to be it. That's going to be it. Look at this. Outstanding seller with 4,701 feedback. And again, all 100% positive. And $500. So, look, I mentioned this in the beginning of the show. Are some sellers and some retailers going to go ahead and sell these for this? This just came out. So, it's almost like, hey, why can't I get this at retail? Well, because it's sold out. And honestly, all these sellers have every darn right. I've got no problem with it. That they're selling these. Once they sell out, you're SOL. It's always been that with toy collecting and even with the Black Series and exclusives, and you get a chance to get in line and to pre-order and to get all this. And now, sometimes you do luck out, and there's a local comic shop that's just going to sell it for the regular retail price or close to it. And I have seen some, eBay sellers, I don't know if they're a store or not, that will sell it on there, but then they go in like 72 hours. But this is what you're dealing with. And, is this going to go down? I don't know. When are they going to give you another battle damaged Darth Vader with half a Hayden Christensen head sculpt? Is that coming in a month? Are they going to 2.0 this next year? No. Is this going to go into the bargain bin? No. There's just not enough of them to go into the bargain bin. Why? Because they sold out of them. Because they made limited runs of these. And what have I been saying for a couple of years? You're going to see more and more announcements. And we have, right? And you're going to see less production of these announcements. And some people are kind of laughing at me with this in some ways. And like, oh, okay, yeah, this show is what it's going to say. Never going to happen. Well, just telling you from the empirical data that I collect and from looking at this global economy, I really didn't see it any other way. Not that it wasn't possible. It's just that this is the way that I thought it was going to go. And you're seeing it right here. And it looks like this is free shipping, right? Yes, I think. Anyway, it's $500, not including taxes. Wow. Crosshair. People are always asking me. Outstanding seller with 1,925 feedback. Sold for $790. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Wow. Not including the $21.62 in shipping, not including taxes, near $900 for Crosshair. Why? Because he's so much more epic than Echo? Because he's so much more desired than Hunter? Or is it because they just made too darn many Hunters and echoes for it to be as collectible as this is at this particular moment in time. And remember, I've always said, and I've been saying it for a long, long time, when you get deals on those hunters or those echoes or like that aforementioned Batman, Darksuit Superman, should you take advantage of those, whether it's on Sideshow or some of these things here, I say yes if you got the money. I'm looking for that 2-pack. I look to see when it goes on special at Sideshow, or when some of these things do, or sometimes up on eBay or some of these things here. I firmly believe that, like in times past, sometimes it takes a long time and some years for these figures to mature and be able to get their collectible value. What I'm pointing out here is the way that they're going right now with all these limited runs, whether they announce the number or not, whether it's in a queue system or not, they're just getting like this instantly because it's just such low runs. And they're selling like stuff like this, which you can't find this in any comic shop right now. Good luck finding a Crosshair. And that was a story I was telling you to beware of. And don't worry about Crosshair. You'll be able to find it at different sellers and different comic shops. Well, I'll tell you what. Let me know where, because I'll go pick one up. And it's about as available in there as this Jyn Erso Imperial Disguise, which has certainly risen to be the one that is the most collectible at this moment, even more than the Jyn Deluxe and regular version. This particular one here, Imperial Disguise, going for buku bucks. Outstanding seller, 796 feedback, and all 100% positive, $535. Can you imagine an artisan Jyn Erso? Yeah, I could imagine quite a bit. Han Solo, not including the $11.46 in shipping, not including taxes, near 600 McBucks. Wow. Here's Grogu, and we know what the quarter scale Grogu is going for on a lot of these comic shops. And when you go ahead and what can you get it for brand new with the shipping box? Less than half the retail price. $70, not including the $8.81 in shipping. Yeah, the bargain bin's going to continue. These companies will do that for sure. Here's your look. I got a special offer sent to me. I watched this from this outstanding seller with 100% positive feedback and sent to me an offer for $750. So pay this and gosh. Yeah, this is how the market is reacting. But these are they're not even out yet. But these will go. These will go for fire pieces. And here's your Toys for Adults. $1,092.99 for a Artisan Warner Brothers 100 Wonder Woman with the wool-rooted hair. Your first Artisan, if you will, that comes in a beautiful box. And yeah, they go for here's one for $1,299.99. I think this one has 6 watchers. Absolutely crazy. Oh, here's one for $1,000. 2 sold. Last one. Go get it, baby. Go get it. Well, look at this. Why is this selling so much? Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, Dead Strange, at $265 with 36 minutes and 8 seconds counting with 25 bids. Why is this selling so well and close to retail? Or maybe this is over retail. I got to go back and look. We'll look in a second. Because it's on the wait list. So it's not going to go for $100 or the $70 that you saw like Grogu. or because it's limited. And like, who's going to all want this? Thousands and tens of thousands of people are going to buy this figure. And I think many of us know that that's not the case. But why is this still a good release? This is why you could put out a Darkseid Ray right here. What are you talking about, Aries? This is exactly why you could put out a Darkseid Ray. Why you could put out an Eternal Sith Emperor Palpatine from the Rise of Skywalker. Because when you put out figures like Gore or figures like this in limited quantities, they sell all day. I could tell you right now that Hot Toys would be able to sell more Eternal Sith Palpatines from the Rise of Skywalker than this Dead Strange any day of the week. I know it. Many of you know it, and they have the data that knows it, which is why that figure will be coming, and may just be coming this year with that Darkseid line. And remember, I just uploaded that where I talk about that particular possibility, along with an Artisan Kylo Ren and an Artisan Darkseid Ray and regular Ray with my Insider episode last week. So if you joined the channel, you could check that one out as well. That's almost 40 minutes long of an Insider extra, expanded thoughts, heightened analysis. Again, if you want to join, I put a lot of stuff into this baby. What did I put up over here? Let's see what this is, because I got to go to the original listing now. Is this from the Black Widow movie? I think this is still in stock. So, yeah, great seller. 865 feedback, all 100% positive, and I can't get a bid at $155. Yeah, I think this is from the movie. If they were going to continue with this bargain bin stuff, I would never buy a figure. I would just wait for them to all go like this. This is why it's never going to happen again. Yeah. All right, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Many of you are asking me, when am I going to go live? And I will go live. And I don't know if I'll have a set day, but kind of like a couple of other channel creators out there, I may just go on here and there. When you see the next big releases, stuff like that, look for me. Make sure you subscribe to be informed. I've got my social media in the video description as well. What I mean by that is we have a great Facebook page. There's 1,100 or so people that have joined the Facebook page. If I'm going to go live, I'm going to put it on there. So join the Facebook page. It's free. If I'm going to go live, I'm gonna go ahead and advertise it on social media on Instagram. I got the link to my Instagram there as well. I also put some other neat things on the Instagram, which you may want to check out. There's also a lot of people that utilize the Facebook group to, post different things about Hot Toys and whatnot. I'm hardly on there right now because I've been so busy, but I do plan on going on more. And of course, if you're subscribed to the channel, I always put out community news on what's going on here, so you'll definitely be aware of that. I'll be going here and there, picking and choosing. So, with that, I don't always drink the wizard juice, and yes, I'll bring it up because a lot of you asking me, or probably thinking, where's the coffee? It's always right here, baby. I'm always spilling the coffee, and I've spilled so much, I'm kind of treading water in it. But when I do spill it, I do it right here at the 6 Scale Cantina. Stay thirsty, my friends.